Okay, in this video, I'm going to give you a quick tutorial of how the Asana platform works. I'm going to start on the left side of the screen over here. You can see we have richabadimi.com. That's the account that we're going to be working on. If you have multiple accounts, you can click over here and it'll give you a drop-down menu of all the different accounts that you work on through Asana. We're going to stick with richabadimi.com for the time being. Here are these little gears where those are your settings, and that's how you pretty much personalize how you want Asana to work best for you. The tasks down here, this little list here with these icons will show you all the team members that you have added in this particular account. So we have, Kurt and Lisa and Richa and myself. You have an option to look at a team calendar. What this does is it will list everybody's tasks on a calendar format so you can see at a glance what is due when. And that's kind of a neat way to look at things. All right, that's pretty much it for over here. Let's move up to the top. You have different options of viewing your tasks. You can have them in the list as you see them here. Here again, you have the calendar option. You can view recently completed tasks if you need to. Go back and take a look at tasks you've already completed. Tasks by project, that's a neat at a glance look at. We're doing a lot of work on the Pause for Power Luncheon right now, and you can see a number of tasks associated with that, but we're also working on the newsletter and weekly email message, and we have a lot of projects going on, so that's kind of a neat way to look at tasks by project. Tasks by due date, again, if you're in a rush, you have things to do in the morning and you want to see what you have to get done for Richa today, that's a great view to give you an at a glance kind of idea of what's due, what's coming up. Let's move back over to the left side. Something else I wanted to mention to you, where we have these icons for the team members. You can click on, at any time, click on a different team member and it'll show you their task list. So here is Lisa's task list. She doesn't have any tasks yet. There's Richa's. You can follow everything, and to see the details of the task, you just click on this little arrow here and it'll give you all the task details for that specific task. So if there's a conversation going on for a specific task and you want to see what's going on, that whole conversation will list right over here on the right hand side of that task. All the details, any attachments, anything that pertains to that specific task will show up here on the right hand side. So that's kind of neat. But again, you can go through and you can look at anybody's tasks, see if maybe somebody needs help on something, or it's a great way for Richa to make sure that everything's getting done and getting taken care of easily. Okay, we're going to do this. There we go. Okay, we're going to take a look for example purposes, we're going to take a look at my tasks, and I will go through real quickly how to create a new task. If you go over here to this new tab, the tab that says new, click on that and click on new task, and all of your work will be done over here to the right. Right here is where you assign the task, and you can create and assign tasks to anybody on the team. So if Richa calls Lisa and says, Lisa, I need you to create a task for Teresa, telling her to do blah, blah, blah. Lisa can do that. I can assign tasks. Richa can assign tasks. We can assign tasks to each other right from here. Again, for example purposes, I'm just going to assign this sample task to myself. And there we go. We can give this task a due date. So we're going to make it due. Just click on due date. And we're going to make it due on Friday. Before we go over here, we're going to come down and we're going to assign this task to a project. There's two different groupings here, a task and a project. So our projects that we're working on, like I mentioned, the main one right now is the Pause for Power Luncheon. So I already have a task created called Pause for Power Luncheon Tasks. Very simple, easy to recognize. I start typing that in this project box, and here it pops up because it's already created. So I'll just click on that. And what that does is it helps sort, when you come over here and you want to sort your list, when you click on tasks by project, that's going to help differentiate this task from newsletter tasks or book writing tasks or website tasks. Now we're going to come in and we're going to name this task. We're going to say contact, sponsors, new sponsors. Okay, that's the name of the task. It's basically what the general outline of the task or a description of the task. Here you're going to put the details. Contact new sponsors to ensure details for, or company details, I'm sorry. Company details are correct for the luncheon program. Okay, and that's what this task is going to essentially be. Now, when you come up here, you have an option to create a subtask. So the main task, the contact new sponsors, that's my task. That's the main task, but I'm going to need some help, and there's another part of this that needs to be done. We're going to have Richa make sure logos are the correct size for Kevin, the print guy at Potomac Printing. Okay, so this subtask is another thing that pertains to the main task. I'm going to make sure the company details are correct. Rich is going to check the size of the logos. So we can come over here and give this subtask its own due date. I want that due on Thursday because my bigger task is due on Friday. And we're going to assign that to Richa. So we are going to just start typing in her name. It's very similar to tagging people in Facebook. You'll just get a drop-down menu, click on that, and then that makes a subtask for her. Now, if we have any comments, questions that pertain to this task, we're going to put them in these comment sections. And any comments or questions that are left will just become part of a conversation, and it will all list down in chronological order so everybody can follow what's going on with this specific task. So I'll, just for an example, I'll say Richa. And then if I want to tag somebody in this comment, just like Facebook, put the @ and start typing in their name. You'll get a drop-down menu. We'll click on that, and it highlights her name. This will allow Asana to send Richa a specific email saying you were tagged as in a comment for this specific task. You need to go look at it, essentially, is what the email is going to say. So, Richa, could you please help me out with this? Help me out with this task. I won't be able to get to it in time. Okay, I ran out of time. I'm not going to be able to complete it on time. I'm letting somebody else know ahead of time so it still will get done. And then I'm going to post that as a comment. And because I tagged Richa in this comment, she was automatically added as a follower. Now you can add anybody as a follower to a task that is on the team. So say I want to add Lisa as a follower as well. Anybody who has anything pertaining to this task, you want to add them as a follower so they all have visibility on this task and on the details on everything happening here. So here, excuse me, at the bottom we have 3 people that are following this particular task. Okay, up at top we did the subtask. I showed you how to tag people. We're going to add an attachment, and we're going to add it from Dropbox. Maybe there's a photo or something that I need approval on. Let me go through here. Okay. And we'll just pick one randomly. And it's going to attach that file here. You can click on here, you see the attachment, click on that and it'll show you that attachment, because down here you don't get the whole picture of it, but that is the attachment file. You can click on that, download that, and there it is. Okay, let me see. I think that's about it for creating tasks. When you complete a task or a subtask, you're going to come over here to this little box and you're just going to click on it and it marks that part complete. That also sends out an email to everyone tagged in that task to let them know that that part was done. Then when the whole task is done, you click here and it marks it as done and it moves it over here from your tasks to do to your recently completed task list. Now it'll stay here until you archive it. If you end up having a whole bunch of tasks that you've completed, you don't need to see them again, you can come over here and you can archive these. No, I'm not sure how to do that. All right, well, we can figure that out later. Okay, but that's essentially how you create a task and complete a task, work it from start to finish, tag people, leave comments for people. And Asana is a very easy platform to learn how to use. If you have any questions, you can refer back to this video or just let me know. Asana also has down here, they have a help menu, very similar to any other platform that you use. You just type in your question and it'll pop up a bunch of different topics. You click on what you need. Very easy and very user friendly. So that's it, ladies.